everyone, welcome back to the channel Unknown Physicist. So today we are in our another video of our series Mastering MMP. So in my previous video we have discussed what is singularity and types of singularity and how to find the analytical part and principal part. So depending upon principal part we saw three types of singularities. So first is essential singularity. So over there your principal part will contain infinite number of terms. And second is pole of order. So over there your principal part will contain finite number of terms. And removal singularity where your principal part is absent. So this is what we saw in our last video. So today what we are going to see is residue theorem. This is one of the most important and famous theorem in complex analysis. So today we are going to see all about residue theorem and how to do some problems over there. And if you are a new visitor to this channel, in this channel I do make videos on different concepts of physics. Right now I'm doing two series. One is Mastering MMP. I have completed linear algebra in that. And the other is Quantum 100. I have done few quite important topics over there, but that is in Tamil. But still it will be really helpful for you. And I have uploaded few useful and like frequently asked types of questions in YouTube shorts. You can check those also. So let's get started with video. Okay, so today we are going to see all about residue theorem. So you must have learned in your master's or in your UG about this. And again, this is really important in point of any competitive. If you are writing JAM, JEST, CSAR, PFR, or else GATE, you for sure you can expect at least one question from this part. Okay. So what we are going to see here is residue theorem. So why do we know the residue theorem is to evaluate a line integral of an analytical function. So we'll be doing certain basics over here. So if you remember in my previous video, I have written f of z is equal to summation n is equal to 0 to infinity a n z minus a the whole power n plus summation n is equal to 1 to infinity b n z minus a the whole power minus n. That is summation of positive terms and summation of negative terms together. Actually, this is nothing but your Lorentz expansion. This is nothing but your Lorentz expansion. Okay. So here, if you look, f of z has a pole of order. F of z has a pole of order. What? N is equal to z pole of order n at z is equal to a. Order n at z is equal to a. So here I can find my residue as f of a is equal to 1 by n minus 1 the factorial limit z tends to a into d power n minus 1 by dz power n minus 1 into z minus a the whole power n into f of z. This might look odd to you, but soon you will be getting used with it. One second. So this is most important thing which you have to remember. Even someone wakes you up in sleep and asks you the formula for residue, how to find a residue of a given function, you should be able to remember. And one more thing here, f of z has essential singularity, essential singularity at z is equal to a. If you are wondering how I got this, so I'll be explaining it in just a couple of minutes. So this is all about residue theorem, and from this we will be finding the Cauchy integral, which we will be doing in the next video. But I'll be giving a few tasks over here, so don't forget to check the complete video and see how we got the answers. So let me give an example. So for example, if my f of z is equal to z by z minus a the whole power n. So here to get your singular point, your denominator should be equal to 0. So z minus a should be equal to 0 means then your z will be equal to a. And here the pole of order is n. I have taken in general. So here the pole of order is n. So residue of f of a is given by 1 by n minus 1 the whole factorial into limit z tends to a dn minus 1 by dz n minus 1 into z minus a the whole power n into f of z. So this is what the formula we saw. Just to derive how the formula came and what are the terms we express, I have given this example. And I have said already, if n is equal to 1, it is nothing but a simple pole. It is nothing but a simple pole. So if I am having a pole of order 2, so what if n is equal to 2? So first let me write the formula for if n is equal to 1, what it will be. So residue of f comma a will be equal to 1 by, so 0 factorial is 1. So it will be limit z tends to a into 1 minus 1. So this becomes 0. So which will be z minus a whole power n into f of z. So this is for simple pole. If your n is equal to 2, then residue of f comma a will be equal to 1 by 2 minus 1 factorial. So 1 factorial into limit z tends to a and then 2 minus 1. So d by dz of z minus a the whole power, sorry, here it was 1, so n, so it is 2 into f of z. So this is how, depending upon your pole of order, your formula changes. So let me solve one or two examples which will make you to understand still clear. So let us solve one or two examples which will make you to understand it still clear. So the first question I'm taking here is f of z is equal to z by z minus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. So first step what you need to do is you have to find your singular points. To find singular points, your denominator should be equal to 0, right? So first z minus 1 is equal to 0. So your z should be equal to 1. So what is the pole of order here? It is 2. So you have to write these data separately initially. So once you solve a lot of sums, you will be getting used with it. But initially when you are solving at least for 5 to 6 problems, take and write the data separately. Next what we have is z minus 2. So for this z minus 2 should be equal to 0. So z will be equal to 2 and here your pole of order is 1. Let me write the formula again. So residue of f comma a is equal to 1 by n minus 1 the whole factorial limit z tends to a d power n minus 1 by dz power n minus 1 into z minus a the whole power n into f of z. This was our formula. So let us do for one by one. So residue of f comma, here a is z is equal to 1. So let me take for first one. And here your pole of order was n is equal to 2. So then what will be your formula? It will be 1 by 1 factorial limit z tends to 1 d by dz, d by dz of z minus, your a is 1. So z minus 1 into whole power 2 into f of z. So what is your f of z? It is nothing but z by z minus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. This is 2. Okay. So what happens? These two terms gets cancelled. So you have finally d by dz of z by z minus 2. Sorry. Then you have the limit. So limit z minus 1 is there. So you have to differentiate this. So when you differentiate this u by v, so limit z tends to 1 will be, if you are differentiating by u by v, it would be z minus 2 into 1 minus z into 1, right, divided by u square. So z minus 2 the whole square. So you have to apply your limits. If we are applying our limits, this would be 1 minus 2 minus 1 divided by z minus 2 the whole square. So 1 minus 2 the whole square. So let me continue here. So which will be minus 1 divided by minus 1 the whole square. It will be plus 1. So your answer is minus 2. So this is your residue. So here just now we are finding the residues. But when it comes to Cauchy theorem, you will be still seeing, sorry, contour integration, you will be seeing how to find the final residues. This is just an initial step. So we have found for one thing, for the pole of order n is equal to 2. Let us do it for n is equal to 1. So let me erase few things on the screen. So right now what we are doing is a basic thing. So I'll be giving a few problems over here. Try to solve all those. So that will be really helpful for you. So you can either pass your screen and continue for doing n is equal to 1 and check your answers. So meantime I will solve it. So now we have to do for residue of f of z is equal to 2. And here pole is 1. So if your pole is 1, what will your formula? It is nothing but limit z tends to 2 z minus a whole power n into f of z. So which will be limit z tends to 2. What is z minus z minus a? So it is z minus 2 whole power 1 f of z, which is z by z minus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. So these two terms will get cancelled. So what you have is limit z tends to 2 into z by z minus 1 the whole square. You have to just substitute. So which would be 2 by 2 minus 1 the whole square. So your answer is 2. So for the pole of order 1, your residue was 2. So this is how we do it. So let me solve again two problems so that still you will be able to understand it clearly. So here my second question is f of z is equal to z by z square plus 1. So if you are seeing while watching the video, if you are solving along the video, you can pause here and solve it and just cross check whether the answer you got is correct or wrong. So that will be still help you to motivate more. So my denominator should be equal to 0. So z square plus 1 is equal to 0. So z should be equal to, z square will be equal to minus 1. So my z will be equal to plus or minus I. So these are my singular points. And here your pole of order is 1 for both the cases. So first residue of f comma z is equal to plus I am taking and n is equal to 1. I am just directly doing it. So limit z tends to I into z minus I whole power 1 only and then into f of z, which is z by z square plus 1, right? So I am splitting this and writing as z plus I into z minus I. So you should be little clear with these algebraic expression how we can express it. So it will be really helpful. So it should be z plus I into z minus I. So what happens? These two gets cancelled. So if I am putting z tends to I, then it would be I by I plus I. So which is nothing but I by 2I. So finally it is equal to 1 by 2. So let me do for the other thing minus I. So residue of f comma z is equal to minus I. Here my pole of order is 1. So limit z tends to minus I would be z minus of minus I becomes z plus I into z by z plus I into z minus I, right? So these two, sorry, not this one, these two gets cancelled. So what I will have is after applying the limits, so it will be minus I divided by minus I minus I. So which will be minus I by minus 2I. So finally it will be 1 by 2. So this is my residue for z is equal to minus 1. I will do one more sum, so you will be able to understand still clear. So I will solve one more last problem. After that I will be giving a lot of tasks. So here my f of z is equal to cos 2z divided by z plus 1 the whole square. So here my denominator should be equal to 0. So z plus 1 is equal to 0. So z will be equal to minus 1 and my pole of order is 2. So let me find it. So residue of f comma z is equal to minus 1, which would be 1 by 1 factorial limit z tends to minus 1 into d by dz of, so z minus of minus 1, so z plus 1 the whole square f of z. What is my f of z? It is cos 2z divided by z plus 1 the whole square, right? So which will be limit z tends to minus 1. These two terms will get cancelled. So I have to differentiate cos 2z, which is nothing but minus sine 2z into 2, right? So I have to apply limits z is equal to minus 1. So which would be minus 2 into sine 2 into minus 1, right? So which would be my final answer, 2 sine 2. So this is your residue. So this is how we do it. So I'll be giving you tasks. Just try those tasks and mention your answers in the comment section, or else you can share your answers in the Telegram group, which is Unknown Physicist. So let me give few problems task. And today there are a lot of problems. So while doing this task, try to write your singular points separately and your poles separately initially. And then after like solving 5 to 6 sums, you can do it directly. Okay. So the first question is f of z is equal to 1 by z power 4 minus 1. And the second question, f of z is equal to 1 by z into z minus 1. And the third question is f of z is equal to z by z square plus 1. And then fourth question is f of z is equal to z e power iz by z minus pi the whole square. Okay. And then fifth question, f of z is equal to z square by z square plus I whole cube. So here look, your polar of order is 3. So you'll be having 2 times differentiation, d square by dz square. So be careful while doing the differentiation. It will be u by v. Then sixth question is f of z is equal to z square by z minus 1 the whole square into z minus 2. And then seventh one, it is f of z is equal to 1 by z square plus a square. Eighth question, f of z is equal to e raised to z by z power 4 minus 1. So our problem doesn't end here. I have still 4 more problems. So let me write those also. So again, this is the task only. So ninth question here it is, f of z is equal to z e raised to iz by z square plus a square. 10th question, it is f of z is equal to sine z by z cube into z minus 1. And then 11th it is, sorry, f of z is equal to sine 2z divided by z plus 1 the whole cube. And then last one, 12th it is, f of z is equal to e raised to iz plus cos z divided by z minus pi the whole power 4. So I have given 12 sums. Actually, you don't consider it as 12 sums. These are really very easy. So try to solve this. I think to mention all those things in the comment section would be a tough task. You can write your answers in a paper and post it in the Telegram group, which is Unknown Physicist again. And if you want to know any solution to be explained by me in the next video, try to mention that also in the comment section. And again, we have a shortcut trick for this integrals, but that is not applicable for all the case, in few cases, but I'm not going to say that in this video. I'll be doing that in the next video. I want everyone to practice this so that you will be able to face your questions still more clear. And in the next video we'll be seeing all about contour integrations also. So don't forget to try all these sums. And if you like this video and think this video will help for someone's preparation, don't forget to share the video with your friends. And if you want to appreciate the work went in this video, don't forget to hit the thumbs up. So still then everyone, keep practicing. Take care. Bye bye. Have a nice day.